Hello everyone. So apparently if you're joining me today, you two are curious about how you're going to make a carrot into a hot dog. I'm curious myself, and that's why we're making this today. We can't put it on the grill because it's raining here in Kalamazoo, Michigan today, but I will be cooking it up on my skillet and hopefully we get some positive results. I watched several YouTubers cook this up in various different ways, and I've come up with the easiest way that suits me. But shout out to Tabitha Brown because she cracks me up every time I check out her YouTube cooking video. So if you haven't seen Tabitha Brown, you should check her out. On another note, the reason I chose hot dogs is because I can't do all American favorites veganized without doing a hot dog, of course. I grew up eating hot dogs as a fast go-to with a single mom. It was one of the few things that she knew I would eat because I was such a picky eater. And then I raised my kids on chili dogs as a splurge throughout the summer months. So that's why I chose to do a chili dog version. And I also want to say thank you, Erica. She got me a baby parrot to go with my big parrot. I'm excited to get that hung up today. Later this afternoon, I'm going to get a chain so I can hang it next to the mama parrot. Oh, also, if you did not know, hot dogs are now classified as a carcinogen according to the World Health Organization, and New York City schools, a total of 1,800, have banned hot dogs from their schools. So there's something to be said about the science behind why we shouldn't be eating a real hot dog. So let's all learn how to make these carrot hot dogs so we can still throw something on the grill and feel like we're eating our old style hot dog. So let's head to the kitchen and see how this turns out. Okay, so I think Loki is looking forward to this episode as much as I am because he loves carrots. So that is honestly his dog treat. Whenever I prepare carrots with anything, I have to give him the end because it's like a biscuit to him. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to boil 2 cups of water with no beef broth in it. You can use vegetable broth. Sorry, I already measured out 2 cups. I only put 1 teaspoon of broth in there because it's going to boil out, and then we're going to actually use that broth. So I just don't want it to be too salty or too dense of flavor, I guess I should say. So I have 2 carrots that I thought could make good hot dogs. In order to decide how big to make these, I'm going to use one of my hot dog buns, and I'm actually going to just kind of measure how long I think my hot dog should be and take the best parts of the carrot. That's the way I figured to do it anyway. And there's Loki waiting for his treat. Okay, so we got 1. Okay. There's your other one. Want this one too? Alright, so I'm going to try to shape these as much like a hot dog as possible because I have been finding that all of this plant-based cooking that I'm doing American style, it is successful with Ryan because it gives the appearance of food that he's already been eating most of his life. So we're just going to try to mimic the shape and everything of a hot dog. So I'm kind of rounding the edges even, and I'm trying to make it uniform throughout. So this thicker side, I'm just going to shape down a little bit. So we're simply going to add this to the boiling water and cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. It depends on how thick your carrots are. You want to be able to put a fork through it, but you definitely do not want a mushy carrot. My favorite hot dogs were Sabrett's or Nathan's. I grew up in New York, so a good New York hot dog is my favorite. So there's our 2 good hot dog looking carrots, I think. There you go. Okay, so while my carrots are boiling, I'm going to create the marinade. It's 1/4 cup of soy sauce or liquid aminos. I'm using, liquid aminos. 1 tablespoon of whatever type of vinegar you have. I'm using a honey turmeric apple cider vinegar. 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm just going to whisk all that together. So my marinade is almost complete. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of the vegetable stock that's in the carrot water and add it to this for my marinade. And there are my carrots. So I'm going to test my carrots with a fork just to see if they're the right firmness. Yes. I'm going to take my carrots out and plunge them into an icy bath of water. I don't want them to cook anymore. And this will cool them off as quickly as possible. Okay, at this point you need like a Ziploc bag. I have these eco-friendly reusable Ziploc bags, and they are perfect for 2 carrots. So I'm going to put those chilled off carrots in those. Pour my marinade in. If you guys have never seen these reusable Ziploc bags, I wish I could tell you where I got them. I got them a while back. I know I ordered them online, maybe Amazon, but check them out. Aren't they cool? Very good and reliable. Reusable. So now that you have your carrots marinated, put them in your fridge for 24 hours. And since I planned ahead, I already have some marinating carrots from last night. So these have marinated overnight. Not 24 hours, but close enough for our first try of this. Now this liquid in here, we're not going to throw out. We're going to pour it into a skillet because it's going to be the foundation of our pecan chili. Okay, for our pecan chili, aside from the marinade that the carrots were in overnight, we're going to need 1 cup of pecans toast until it's kind of like a crumbly texture. Okay, we're going to take our pecans and add them to the marinade in a skillet. I'm going to cook this on medium-high just until some of the liquid cooks out and it thickens up to be more like chili. I'm going to add just a little bit of ketchup. And of course, since I like things spicy, I'm going to be adding about a 1/2 teaspoon of hot chili powder. Whoops, maybe that was a little more. Okay, I'm going to turn this down on low for a little while because I'm going to start cooking the hot dogs. I'm really impressed already because this looks a lot like hot dog chili, I have to say. So far they sure smell like hot dogs. I'm getting pretty impatient to taste these. Turned off my chili because it cooked down to this consistency. Pretty happy with the way that looks as well as how it smells. It smells marvelous. Okay, this is what my hot dog looks like. I dare you to say that doesn't look like a real hot dog. Crazy, huh? Okay, so a chili dog wouldn't be complete without some chopped onion, so I cut some Vidalia onion up. I had to give you guys a close-up of this because it looks so awesome. I can't get over how good this looks. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock here in Kalamazoo, and I skipped breakfast knowing I was making this morning, so I'm really looking forward to tasting this. My whole kitchen smells like chili and hot dogs. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. I cannot believe how much this tastes like a smoked dog. You have got to try this. You will not believe you're eating a carrot. Or pecans for that matter. I don't taste anything like pecans in this. Loki. I can't believe I'm eating a carrot. It doesn't taste like the carrots I just gave you. So good. Okay, so I'll be honest, I think I'll tweak a few things. It's a little salty for my taste, but other than that, it is so good, and I honestly think it's my broth. I think my broth gets way too salty, so I would pull back on the amount of broth that I use next time for sure. I have seen people just boil it in water. Maybe I'll try it that way next time, but I thought with the no beef broth it would give it more flavor, and it sure did. But it also gave it more salty taste too. So that was the only thing I think I would change in the future, because other than that, like the chili, the pecan chili I nailed it. I think it's so good. Thank you, Tabitha Brown, for shout out on the basis of how to make that. This is just such an awesome meal. I'm so loving it. This meal was definitely a party for my taste buds. Favorite way ever to eat carrots and pecans, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Vegan cooking is continually amazing me. I can't get over this. You've got to try this. Before I let you go though, I have to make note of my beautiful flowers behind me. I'm running the risk of my daughter being upset with me because she did that when she was 7 years old. And that was just one of those things that I knew when I saw that. My daughter had some artistic talent, and if she wanted to pursue it, I was going to do everything I could to back her on that. So she has gone to many art camps when she was a kid. Because of that one pastel, she's going to kill me if it's not pastels. This has always been one of my favorite pieces, and to this day I still display it because it reminds me of my little girl. I'm going to tear up. So I wanted to display it today because of making hot dogs, which makes me think of my kids when they were little. So take care until next time.